Mom always told you to look both ways before you cross the street. It was meant to create a healthy sense of fear. But when that fear turns to terror,
my brain feels like it's in turmoil, like I'm having some kind of a nightmare.
Terror is so intense it leaves you paralyzed and homebound.
It's like a living hell.
It could be obsessive-compulsive disorder. Linda Reitzenstein suffers from OCD. It began early in life and went undiagnosed for decades. Her most recent obsessive thought, running into traffic and getting hit by a car.
It started 5 years ago, and I was in the hospital, psych hospital, and one of the other patients said that one day she just felt like she should just walk across the street in traffic, and that was it. That was the zinger.
From the time she woke up until she fell asleep, one obsessive thought.
I have this fear that I'm walking down the street and then I'm going to step into the road while the cars are coming.
OCD is about obsessive thoughts that a person has that they find intrusive and distressing, that they cannot control.
Dr. Robin Zazio runs the Anxiety Treatment Center in Sacramento and sees firsthand how crippling the disorder is.
We believe it's due to a chemical imbalance. Something happens in the brain.
OCD fears are individual, but all have a similar component.
As a result, they develop what are called compulsive behaviors or compulsions or rituals that are designed to try to neutralize or make those thoughts go away.
Compulsions like excessive hand washing or repetitive actions keep anxiety at bay, but they leave the OCD sufferer trapped in a vicious cycle. Dr. Zazio helps patients like Linda break the cycle with a form of behavior therapy called exposure and response prevention.
We have them begin to confront the fear by exposure to it. Exposure therapy is the only treatment that actually changes the neurochemistry in the brain.
An idea that was terrifying to Linda.
And I thought to myself, they're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about.
After a series of sessions that started with a simple step off the curb and worked up to crossing a deserted street, Dr. Zazio and Linda are moving to a high-traffic intersection. On a 0 to 10 scale, crossing the street is a 10.
If you were walking across the street completely by yourself, what would your anxiety level be?
Probably 10.
It would be a 10.
Yeah.
And so walking across with me is an 8?
Yeah. How many times do I have to do this?
Well, until that 8 goes down, right? Because ideally we want to get to a place where you can walk across the street by yourself.
Back and forth.